Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at each team in the Championship and picking out their best player. Sure to have some controversy here as we're probably not the most knowledgeable on each Championship player, but that's where you get involved. Drop a message in the comments if you think we're wrong with anything. I'm here with Alex Griffin. Alex.
Hello, how are we all?
I'm good anyway. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. We've got a list of each Championship team and we're going to be picking out their best player. So we're going to start off with Barnsley. You want to take this one?
I'll go for it, yeah. I've gone for Cauley Woodrow. I think, he's got a bit of experience. He's had a season in the Premier League with Fulham. He's done well for Barnsley. He's played 31 games. He's scored 14 goals. I think they're the sort of team, they're too good for League One, but they're not quite good enough for the Championship. But, I think Woodrow cuts it in the Championship.
Okay, yeah, I've gone for Moat. I was going to go Woodrow, but okay. I opted for Moat. Okay. 3 goals, 7 assists. He had Player of the Year last season. He looks solid for him. He's got a great work rate, ability to create goals as well. Because I've chosen a lot of very attacking players in this lineup as well. I thought I'd go for him, and I think Barnsley fans seem to be really enjoying him.
So the next club is the Blues.
I mean, sweet, love it.
Birmingham.
I'll let you go first because obviously it's my team.
Yeah, you've got a decent team, but for me, I've had to go with Jude Bellingham. He's 16 years old. He's 4 years younger than me, and he's playing in the Championship. It's just unbelievable. He's a young player. He's got a lot of potential. I think was it Everton or Man United who put a bid in for him?
Yeah. Man U, yeah, he's had a few bids.
Yeah,
knocked back.
He's got a massive future ahead of him. For me, Bellingham. I know he hasn't scored many goals this season. I think he's scored 4, if I'm right in saying.
Yeah.
But no, he's a class player. So I've gone for Jude.
Yeah, I'd say that as well. I think for a central midfielder as well, that's pretty good going. Considering his age as well. The thing that I've gone for him as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think it's not only his ability at his age and the ability to. He's playing against people that are twice his age, or more, and these are grown men, and he don't shy away from tackles. He's not scared when he's on the ball. He's very composed, and I think along with that, he's got the attitude to go with it, which will take him far.
Definitely,
he's very, very determined, very down to earth. So I think that's why we'll see him in the Premier League very soon. Yeah, what we got? Blackburn next.
Blackburn. Okay, I'll let you start on this one.
I have gone for probably. I mean, they've not got a great set of players. They're probably more grafters than well-known names. But I've gone for Bradley Dack. He sticks out like a sore thumb at Blackburn. I think 9 goals, 1 assist. He's obviously few injury troubles, but when he's fitting on his day, I think he's the best player in that team by far. Yeah,
I've gone for exactly the same, mate. Bradley Dack. He's got massive potential. He's a class player. He started in League 2 and he's just worked his way up ever since. So. I think he's got the experience there, and I think I don't know whether I'd cut it in the Premier League, but Championship he's a top player.
He might be one of them players that goes up with a team potentially, and then he could probably do a job for a lower team, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Brentford next. Go on.
All right, I've gone for striker Ollie Watkins. He's a reliable goal scorer. He's played 121 games in total for Brentford, and he scored 42, which. It's not bad going. Yeah, he sticks out for them. He's one of their key players. So I've gone for Watkins.
Yeah, I was in an hour in between Benrahma and Watkins personally. I went for Watkins just because I had to get a little bit of advice off Billy the Bee. He started out as a winger. He's gone into an out and out striker now, and he does everything. He scores goals, but he does all the dirty work as well.
Yeah.
And he said he's the hardest player. He would be the hardest player to replace if he'd go.
Definitely.
Which says a lot about him because they've got a lot of very good players.
Okay, so we're on to Bristol City then.
Go on then.
I've gone for Famara Deidou, if that's how you say it. He's their top goal scorer. For me, I couldn't really pick anyone else out in Bristol. No, I think Deidou, he's a good goal scorer. He scores goals, and that's what football's all about at the end of the day. So,
yeah, I think when I think it was when Tammy Abraham left. I can't remember, but they wanted to fill that role. Obviously, he's no Tammy Abraham, but he does a job up top for them. And I always look at it as players that I wouldn't want you know when you see him on the team sheet when you're playing against him and you're like, he's going to be tricky. But I've actually not gone for him. I've gone for Eliasson. He's Swedish. Could be the next Seb Larsson, I've thought. 3 goals, 12 assists. Decent stats so far. I've gone for this guy. He seems to stand out for me. Cardiff.
I've never actually been to Cardiff. Player then. I've gone for Callum Patterson. Okay, I've heard he's the fan favourite at Cardiff. He's an international player. He's a leader. He's 25 years old. And he's got that international experience. So if he was to leave, it would leave a massive gap in their team. So, yeah, for me, I've gone for Patterson, mate.
Yeah, Again, Cardiff is a team that I struggle to actually think of like many names.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But I've had a little browse, and Lee Tomlin seems to be the player that stands out for me.
Yeah.
Some slim pickings. Patterson's a good player, but 7 goals, 7 assists. He looks like a solid player in the middle, and could do a job. That's not bad stats. Okay, next up we have got Charlton.
Charlton. So I've gone for striker. Okay, Lyle Taylor. So for me, I just think Charlton are a team that have come up from League One. A lot of people have probably underestimated them. He scores goals. He's got experience as a forward. It was either him or Johnny Williams for me, but I did go for Lyle Taylor.
Yeah, same. It was either Johnny Williams or Lyle Taylor for me. I think Lyle Taylor's a good player. We were linked with him at one point, but I've gone for Johnny Williams because he's. I think if it weren't for his injury troubles, he'd be probably playing for a better team.
Yeah.
He helped him get promoted in the playoffs, I think, and he's just always looked a very tricky player to play against. Like, you've got teams like Charlton where they don't have a lot of quality, but if he's sat on the bench and he comes on for half an hour, you think there's a chance they could score a goal.
Yeah.
So that's why I've gone for him.
That's decent. All right, so Derby County then, the Rams.
For me, I can't pick anyone other than Wayne Rooney just purely because of his experience at Derby.
Yeah.
He's played at the very top, and I don't think you lose a lot of that. He's lost the pace that he had or whatever, dropped into midfield, but he can dictate play, he can pull the strings in the middle, and I think he'd fit into any team in the Championship really.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I've gone for exactly the same, mate. As soon as Rooney came in January, I think he sharpened up the squad a little bit. So they started picking up points. And yeah, you can't rule Wayne Rooney out. He's scored so many Premier League goals, and I think it's got to be Rooney, hasn't it? At the end of the day.
Okay, next up we have got Fulham. I've gone for Mitro.
Yeah, same.
23 goals. He got a cheeky assist as well. Another assist to go with it. He's just feeling generous that day. I think he's a quality player. He should be playing in the Prem.
Yeah, I was about to my words out of my mouth. Yeah. I was about to say that. Yeah, he's too good for the Championship in my opinion. He should be playing at definitely Premier League level. That's all I can really say about him. He's a goal scorer at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. He's just one of them players that you need in your squad. Okay, Huddersfield up next.
Okay, so I've gone for another striker, coincidentally. I've gone for Elias Kachunga. A good striker, he scores goals, and that's all I'm going to say, mate. I can pick. I mean, you've got Trevor Chalobah, ex-Ipswich Town player, but no, for me, Kachunga.
I mean, it's a good shout. I've gone for Karlan Grant.
Yeah.
He's picking up some attention from other clubs in the Championship, I think. 16 goals again. He's getting towards being that 20 goal a season striker.
Definitely.
That's what every team needs if you want to be successful. Yeah, next up we've got Hull.
The Tigers.
Yeah, it's difficult because I mean, if we made this video before the January transfer window, we might have had a couple of players to talk about, but no, they just keep selling everyone that's good. Yeah. So cheers Hull, because you're making this a bit difficult for us. I had to ask for help because they just keep every time I check on a player, he's been sold.
Yeah.
Obviously you had Grosicki, you had Bowen, they've gone. Jordi De Weege, I think his name is. And I've never heard of him, so that says a lot. But I think he's more of a defensive player. Yeah, he's a consistent defender, and we've been lost without him in a pairing with Burke at the back. All I can say is it's a shame for Hull.
Josh McGuinness for me, he's their top goal scorer, and didn't really have much knowledge on their team, so I just went with my gut instincts on that one.
All I can say to Hull is you deserve it for that chant. Moving on. Moving on, we've got Leeds.
Oh my gosh.
Leeds.
Leeds United. I've gone for Calvin Phillips. He was born and bred in Leeds. He's reliable. in my opinion, is probably one of the best midfielders in that league.
Yeah, I think I've also gone for him. It was between him and Klitsch for me. There's so many good players at Leeds, but like you say, one of the best, if not the best midfielder in the Championship. He's still yet to reach his prime.
Yeah.
He looks quality. He's had interest from the Premier League, but it looks like he's going to be going up with Leeds, so they might be able to keep him for a season or two. And I feel like when he hits 26, 27, he might be able to go on to bigger, better things. Maybe with Leeds, who knows?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we agree on that one then. All right, Luton up next.
All right, I've gone for James Collins. Whenever I hear the name James Collins, I think of that West Ham ex-West Ham defender. But
you mean the DVB? The
DVB. Yeah.
He played for Villa.
Oh, there we go. But
Dirty.
no, I've gone for James Collins, the Luton striker. If you look back to when they got promoted, he pretty much won them the league. He don't know how many goals he got. It must have been over 20.
He's 25 goals. That season.
For me, he's a very good striker.
Yeah, I agree. I've gone for James Collins as well. 11 goals this season for a team that is fighting against relegation desperately. I think that's a little beacon of hope for them.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say. He's just a consistent goal scorer. Which is exactly what you need.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, we'll move on then. Is it Middlesbrough next?
It is. I think we've both got the same answer for this.
Yeah.
We both spoke to AJT, haven't we?
The man, the myth, the legend. No, I've got, Paddy McNair. He's good on the ball. AJ calls him the Northern Irish Messi. Don't know why, but no. Middlesbrough have a fairly few good players. They've got a Sambalonga, Marvin Johnson. There's a few players in there that you could pick, but Paddy McNair for me.
That's only going off what he said as well, and I'd have to agree because he's a Middlesbrough fan and he probably knows more than me. Yeah, but I'll agree with you there because I don't really know about him.
Yeah.
Best Northern Irish player behind Lee Camp. Next up we've got Millwall. I have gone for Jed Wallace. I was going to be biased and say Conor Mahoney, but he's sat on the bench a lot for them whenever I've seen it. So I've heard good things about Jed Wallace. When I've seen us play against him, he's done well.
That's exactly the same, mate. I'm not going to repeat you.
Yeah, I've just had a look at my notes as well. 10 goals, 8 assists. I think it's a good return so far. I'm not even sure he's a striker. A very good return. Almost double figures in both goals and assists.
There we go.
Which is pretty solid.
There we go.
Okay, so
Forest, Nottingham Forest. Okay, in terms of their best player then, for me I've gone for Joe Lolly.
Forgot about him.
You don't like him, do you?
He's a Villa fan.
I
don't.
Up the Villa. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Don't let me get TNC on you, mate.
Oh, mate. Jack Reed, what a guy. No, anyway, back on track. Joe Lolly. I just think he's a quality player. He's still fairly young. I think he's in his prime at the moment, isn't he? Am I right in saying that?
I think so. Mid-20s sort of thing.
Yeah. So for me, I'd say Lolly. He's got potential. I can see him playing in the Premier League, to be completely honest. Whether it's with Forest or another club, I don't know. But no, I've gone for Lolly, mate.
Yeah, I feel like he might be a player that someone might take a gamble on, potentially. That sort of player. He is good. He's a good Championship player. The reason I don't like him as well is he scores. He seems to always... You ever get them players that they just score against you all the time?
David Nugent scores like Portman Road all the time.
Yeah. But it's like, because he's a Villa fan as well, it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Always seems to be him getting involved, and it's not a coincidence. He's just a very good player. However, I don't like him. I've gone for Samba in goal.
Oh my gosh!
Brought in. I do think Joe Lolly's a good player.
That's fair enough.
But Samba is. I mean, they've got a number of good players.
He's an absolute tank, Samba.
Goalkeeper, brought in as a backup, and he's got 12 clean sheets in 33 games. Absolute rock in goal. So, and again, that's just as important. I thought I'd mix it up because I didn't want to have all attackers. I just wanted to show some love for the defenders, the goalkeepers,
We move on to Preston.
For Preston, I've gone for Ben Pearson. Good pass with the ball, solid centre mid. I think he'd fit into most sides in the Championship's midfield.
Yeah.
I think he's probably a little bit underrated.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Okay, so for me, I've gone for Daniel Johnson. He's been at Preston for a while. He's got the pace, and I do like pacey players. We've got Caden Jackson at Ipswich.
Next up, QPR.
I've gone.
I feel like we've got the same
for
this.
Ebolichi Ease. If that's how you say it, I don't know.
I don't know how. I always say Eze, but it's probably not that. Eze. Yeah.
He was born a goal scorer. He bags goals left, right, and centre for QPR. And for me, I think he should probably be at a higher level. No disrespect to QPR, but I think he's got the potential there. He's good enough for a bigger club. So yeah, Ease was just an easy option for me. Did you get the?
Hey.
No, that was a good pun, wasn't it? Good little pun there.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I say that. I've gone for him as well. 12 goals, 8 assists. He's only 21 years old. I think he's working his trade in the Championship, and I think when the time comes, he will make the step up to the Premier League.
Definitely.
He just needs to make sure it's at that right point. I think.
Yeah.
A lot of players do it too early and just flop or never play. There's another player. He scored a wonderful solo goal against us when we play QPR at home. He's called Asai Samuel. Rapid player. Very dangerous player, and he's quite young as well. So I think he's a name to look out for in the future.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's fair enough, mate. So we'll move on then to Reading, shall we? Okay, I've gone for another forward. I've gone for Yaku Meat.
I went for Georgi Puskas. I think he has not hit the ground running in the Championship. Probably currently isn't their best player, but I feel like in terms of I just don't know if the fit's right there for him. He's a player that we were very close to signing. Reading splashed out a lot of money. I think it was 8 to 10 mil on him. And I just feel like he will come good. Whether it's at Reading or not, I'm not sure. But I do think he's a quality player. I've got a mate who's Romanian and he absolutely loves him. And he said he should have gone to Birmingham. So I'm just going to hold my hands up.
There we go. So I've gone, like I said, I went for Yaku Meat. Good striker. Reading do rely on him quite a lot, I feel like, and I feel like, he scored a fair few goals for Reading. Yeah, I've gone for Yaku Meat. I'm not going to elaborate any more on that.
Next up, we have Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday, big club. For me, I've gone for Barry Banan. I could have picked Forestieri, but everyone seems to hate him, and I don't particularly like him. But Barry Banan for me, I feel like he's got the experience. He used to play at Crystal Palace. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, and Villa.
And Villa, there we go. Another Villa player.
He's another Villa fan as well.
Another Villa fan. Crikes, you're gonna hate me, aren't you?
Yep.
Nah, Barry Banan for me. Go on, I'll let you go.
I went for Barry Bannan as well.
Okay.
Just because, like Joe Lolly, he's the sort of player that you just hate to play against. He always seems to be involved. Recently, we've got away with it. He hasn't been as much. We've sort of seen him out of the game, but most of the time he does have a big impact. Whether it's popping up on the edge of the box to score a goal, or it's placing these key passes, which he's got so much experience. He's played in the Premier League, and he can really control a midfield on his day.
Definitely,
I think he's quality. So. Yeah, unfortunately, I've had to go for him. Don't like him, though.
Yeah, it's fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Stoke City, all right. They've got a good team, haven't they? And when they came down from the Premier League, I genuinely thought they were going to win the league.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. I think me included.
Yeah, but I've gone for Joe Allen. He used to play in the Premier League. He's got that experience. Yeah, he runs the midfield for them. So, for me, I'm going to keep this short, mate, and there you go, Joe Allen.
Yeah, I get that. He's another quality player, like you say, similar to the last one we were talking about, Bannon. He's played in the Premier League. Obviously, Joe Allen's played at a high level. He's played for Liverpool. Looks quality. I probably would have gone for him as well, but I'm going to stick with what I've put in my notes, and that is Tyrese Campbell.
Okay.
He's only 20 years old. He's got 7 goals, 2 assists, and I feel like he's a little bit of a one for the future. But I've been bold. And I've gone with him. So, Swansea City, I have gone for Andre Ayew.
Exactly the same, mate. I'm the same.
Yeah. I think he's played, again, another player that's Had a lot of experience in the Premier League. He's had 14 goals, 5 assists for him. Just a quality player.
Internationally as well. He's played in big events as well.
Yeah. A lot of goals for Ghana, I think he's got as well. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think he's doing a really good job in the Championship. Yeah. They've got other decent players. I think you mentioned before Person Chelina.
What a player.
Yeah, another good player. But yeah, I've gone for Ayew.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Same with you?
Yeah, exactly the same, mate. We can move on to West Brom if you want. I've gone for, I think you can probably guess, mate. I've gone for I was about to say Brommy Joe. I don't know why. I've lost my head. No, I've gone for Robson Kanu. He's. I think everyone remembers him for that goal he scored for England in the Euros.
It's for Wales.
Oh, I've had a mare. Yeah, that's what I meant. Wales.
Yeah, but against Belgium.
But yeah, that's the one.
The one where he turned on the spot and done 4 of them.
Yeah.
And everyone thought he was Messi.
Yeah. I've gone for him. Yeah, good player for West Brom. I think he's going to be crucial for if they do go up to the Premier League. I think they will hold on to Robson Kanu because I think he can probably potentially can cut it in the Premier League. He's got the pace. So yeah, for me, I've gone for Kanu. They've got a lot of other good players though, so I could have picked anyone else. But for me, he stands out.
Okay, I've gone for Pereira. 6 goals, 12 assists. Thankfully, when we played them at home, he got subbed off, but he was running the show. The amount of flair and skills that guy's got, and the way he moves the ball, I think he's going to be quality. I think they have him on loan, and they are looking to sign him permanently. Obviously, they're looking at going up to the Premier League. They look like they're gonna, and I think that's going to be him playing regularly in the Prem next season.
So the last team then, are we ready? Wigan.
Yep, Wigan. I have gone for Jay Dunkley. I wanted to rep the defenders for once, the centre backs, and this guy is also their top scorer. And I think that says a lot. It says Wigan don't have a lot of goal scorers. He's got 6 goals, I think, and 7 clean sheets. So yeah, I think that shows he's doing a job at the back and a job at the front for him. Yeah. So that's my argument.
I didn't even think about him, mate. Okay, well I've gone for ex-Ipswich player, Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore, what a player! Yeah. We didn't really give him a chance at Ipswich, which is a bit annoying. But for Wigan, he's an absolute giant. I think he's a good hold-up player, and I think teams need players like that. So yeah, for me, I've gone for Kiefer Moore. But however, Jay Dunkley, I don't even think about, mate. That's a good shout from you.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that is us gone through every single team in the Championship.
There we go.
There's one last thing to do, and that is let us know where you think we went wrong. Are there any players that we missed out on? Because there probably are, especially if you support that team. We'd love to hear your insight into it as well.
Exactly.
So do that. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that little notification bell. And we've got an extra treat for you. There's another video on Alex Griffin's channel right now.
Let's go.
We've ranked the Championship fans.
And it's a funny one.
Controversial, you might say. Well, if you've been annoyed by this video, wait till you see that.
Let's go!
Yeah, so make sure you go and subscribe to him when you go over to his channel as well. Great lad, doing big things, especially. Awesome. He supports Ipswich as well, so just be nice to him.
Oh, you're brutal.
Yeah, I think that's it though, mate. Any final words?
My final words are, keep right on.
Oh, I tell you what, I feel bad now.